Welcome back to Coffee and Candor. This is Brandy,
Amber,
Chris,
and Ross.
And we're going to talk about Christmas. And basically, I post a lot of shit. I tried to find the fucking link. But basically, the thing about Santa Claus gifts for the holidays, and I want to know what everybody thinks about it. So,
what wasn't the thing that you posted? It was just a picture, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm looking for it. I can't find it.
You do post a bunch of shit.
Maybe you sent that through Messenger.
Oh, I did. That's why I can't
good
find
call.
it. Way to remember, Amber. I squirrel a lot, so now my messenger's like, yeah, bitch, you're in a hurry? Fuck you. No, it literally just told me that. Okay.
Seems rude.
I know. What a bitch.
Disrespectful messenger.
Yeah. All right, here's the thing. Whoop, nope, that's not the thing.
It was almost the thing, though.
Yeah. What the fuck? No, it's not in our messenger. What the hell?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I can't find it.
All right, hold on.
We're gonna have to...
We absolutely were not prepared.
No, we're gonna start this shit show over. This is awful.
Yeah, it's...
Coffee and Candor.
Yeah, it's right here.
Well, I don't see it.
All right, well, let me...
Yeah, right there. It's like... just right there.
What the fucking fuck? Okay.
Do you want me to read it?
HP fucking fuck. Okay, now I see it. All right. Woo! Okay. So basically, I'm going to read you this letter that came out from a social worker, and it's about...
This is several years old, though.
Yeah,
This
it comes around this time every year.
Yeah.
And I've seen it before, and people have gotten heated about it on my page in the past.
Really?
Because they're dicks, man. There's dicks everywhere. But anyway, it says, I cannot stress this enough. Stop telling your Santa-age kids that their iPads, iPhones, and $200 toys are from Santa. Some families can't afford that. Little kids wonder why they got socks or a coat or a hand-me-down toy, and other kids got an iPad. And, I totally get it. Like, if you want to buy your kid extravagant gifts, you go for it.
Yeah.
But say they're from you. Because make the Santa gifts...
I always did that. I was like, the good stuff's coming from Mom and Daddy.
No shit. I mean, I wanted credit for that shit, not some mythological dude that lives in the North Pole.
Yeah, he didn't work for that.
Yeah. And so...
He didn't build that.
You know, I think it's neat to let kids think Santa brought them gifts, but I do understand this. Like, if your best friend's parents are struggling and they got, a board game and you got an iPad...
The kid's going to be like, why doesn't Santa like me as much as they like you?
I tried to be really good.
Was I a bad kid?
Yeah. I mean, I can totally see that from a kid's point of view. And so, make the Santa gifts things that are more maybe like old-fashioned, smaller is what I would do. And that's what I always have done.
Clothes, books, things like
things that aren't so hefty.
And this is a bigger problem now. A lot bigger problem than it was when we were Santa age children.
Yeah.
Because, back then, I mean, the most expensive thing that I can think of ever getting would have been like a Nintendo when it came out, right? And that was like $120.
Yeah.
And now you've got $1,000, $1,200 iPhones, and how much is
I think that was probably the most expensive thing I ever got to was a Nintendo.
Right. I mean, and you've got however much laptops are, and I mean, just the shit goes on and on.
Yeah.
You've got these idiots that'll pay $500 for a pair of tennis shoes,
right?
And if you do that, you're a tool.
Well, but if you want to spend that kind of money on your kid, knock yourself out. Nobody's telling you, because so I posted that a couple of years ago, and people jumped down my shit and were like, "How dare you try to tell me what to get my game?" It's like, can you read? Can you read? Because reading is fundamental.
Yeah,
it doesn't say what you can get your kid or what the amount or anything. It just said don't say that big stuff is from Santa, because some little kid somewhere is going to be like, well, I tried really hard to be good all year and I got fucking socks. So
and if we're being honest, I didn't think about that until I read that either.
Yeah,
but yeah, you want to get your kid a fucking house, whatever.
I don't give a shit.
Do
yeah,
what you want.
Money.
What it's saying is, these Santa-age children, Santa visits all of them, and if Santa gets your kid a $1,000 iPad and gets your neighbor's kid a fucking pair of socks,
that neighbor's kid's going to be going like, what the fuck,
yeah,
y'all?
Exactly.
I tried real hard and I was a good kid, and and that hurts my heart anyway, because I'm like, paranoid about this with my kids. And y'all never had this problem because you only had the one child.
Yep.
But because growing up, my dad's family, and they live with me, so you couldn't get away from that shit. My grandmother and my great aunt and all that, and you could tell
who was the favorite.
It was very distinct. Like it was like stair steps. It was like Andrea and Ginger, and then down here was me, and then down here like this would be the person getting the socks would be my brother, who was not their blood. That's how they actually say it. But no, they don't say it anymore because they're dead. But that's how they said it. That's my blood. But anyway, and like so, watching that, it hurt bad enough to be in the middle tier. But I was always, even then, empathetic enough to think what it must feel like for my brother. You know, because I was like, damn, they barely even tolerate you. I mean, and it was so obvious.
Make you sleep out in the yard half the time.
If they could have, they would have. I'm not even fucking kidding. And so when it came time for us to have kids, then I was so super hyper aware that like that it not be like that. So I would make sure the number of presents matched. I would make sure the amount, like we didn't have to have the same thing for them, but they had to
but everything was equal. Yeah.
Like the value that was spent on them or the amount of presents had to match so that there was never that feeling.
Right.
And I think unless you've been, it's hard to understand just how hurtful that is unless you've been on that side of it. And so it was something I was always really, really, really hyper concerned with. And so when this came out, I was like, okay, because I had never thought about the Santa Claus thing, you know, but I had thought about it through that lens, but never like the Santa Claus for all the little kids. And I thought, wow, that's really kind of true. And that, you know, and so to me it was a no-brainer, and I couldn't believe it was one of those posts where you did not, you're like, who could have problems with
Yeah, exactly. It's not one that you expect to start
like,
shit.
Like, let's not let old people starve. That started a shitstorm a couple months ago, and I'm still going, what now? But, so let me get this straight. You're pro old people starving. Wow. But, anyway, so yeah, when I posted, I was like, this will be, you know, no, it started a whole, and people are like, don't you tell me I work hard to be able to afford. Bitch, nobody said that.
Well, no, I would have led off my reply with, number one, you can not comment on my shit. I wasn't fucking talking to you. If I'm talking to you, goddammit, you'll know. Because I'll call you out specifically. So,
and that's what I said.
off.
I was like, nobody's saying that, like, nobody's trying to tell you what you can or can't spend on your kid. If you want to blow $1,000 a kid, knock yourself out if you've got it. But what it is saying is like, if you're
and it's not telling anybody anything. It's a fucking suggestion.
Right. It's like, you know, the whole thing about if you have children that fall in that age, because we all know they make lists at school, you know, they talk to their friends about their it's a thing.
Yeah, and I mean,
kids.
At least when I was in school, when you come back from Christmas, that was like day one shit. What did you get, you know, in front of the whole class?
Oh, yeah.
What did you get for Christmas?
Because everybody wanted to talk about it, and that was the way you could talk about it and get it out of the way, you know. And so, yeah, I mean, and if you've got little school-age children that still believe in Santa, which, by the way, did y'all believe in Santa?
Oh, I was waiting for you to finish because I was going to ask.
I didn't ever.
I was going to ask, do you ever remember having, like, that, oh my God, moment, Santa Claus isn't real? I don't.
I always knew Santa Claus was fake.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I can't even remember.
Chris is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I really can't even remember. I remember putting stuff out for Santa, but I never remember that.
Did you do you remember believing that it was for Santa? Yeah. See, because like,
but I don't ever remember. Oh my God, he's not real.
Yeah, I'm destroyed now.
Yeah.
No, I like legitimately, like at 5 years old, I knew Santa was not. I mean, because first of all, that motherfucker can't get around the globe that fast in one night. I mean, duh.
It's magic, Brandy.
You know what?
I saw thinking about Harry Potter and Blue Power.
No, I actually I read a reason how he can do it. It's like he stops time.
Oh, okay.
Or he moves through dimensions. It's one of those two.
And
I can't remember exactly because I kind of had the same thing. This is a big dude. He's kind of portly. How's he going to fucking fit through a chimney? What if you don't have a chimney?
Right.
There's all of this
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
I thought about all that too. But
What about the motherfuckers
magic,
that live in
duh.
apartments?
It's
Yeah.
magic.
Well,
Those people are
right,
just shell up, Chris.
But whoever wrote this thing, and it was a good theory.
Like they really,
Yeah, they
went
put
into
some. I mean, they had quantum physics shit in this, and I was like, wow, that's really intriguing. But as far as having that aha moment, I don't. There was not really this, oh my god, it took me
I think
6
it
months to
slowly
get.
dawns.
I don't remember ever
kids.
asking anybody about it, like Grandma and Santa. I don't remember anything like that.
Yeah.
Grandma, why have you lied to me my whole life now?
Yeah, there were a lot more lies I had to
Yeah,
worry about.
she had
She had
other
a
shit
lot
to
more
worry
shit
about.
to worry about.
But the idea of the idea of having someone who watches out for the younger people and gives them presents when their parents can't afford it. That I get that. But the idea, the general idea of Santa seems weird to me as an adult. As a kid, it's like, oh my god, he's gonna bring presents.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's like you have a motherfucker that is watching everyone.
Yeah.
Not
He's watching
Have you
right
never
now, so
read
you better watch it.
1984?
not God.
It's about Santa Claus.
Yeah, not God. Some other dude just chilling, and he only comes out of his fucking hidey hole once a year
To give
to go
presents.
sneak into everybody's house.
He just called Chris. He said he wants you to quit talking about it.
Well, he can go fuck off. I buy
remember-
my own shit.
I remember having this book, and it was a pretty good sized book.
Written by
And-
George Orwell.
It was about Santa and the North Pole, and I think it was pictures from some movie.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I'd ever seen the movie, but the pictures in the books were clips from the movie, and I just remember the pictures were just so beautiful, and the colors were so beautiful, and I would just stare at these pictures and pretend I was in there, but. Yeah, I don't remember ever having like a meltdown because it wasn't real.
Well, we had stopped over at the kids on the way over here because they already put up their tree and stuff, and Mason was dying for us to go over there, and he was so excited, and he like got under the present. He goes, "Look, BB, I'm a present!" And like he's such a ham. But anyway, like it, he was like, Santa's watching, and I'm being a good boy, and I'm gonna get and like. You've forgotten when your kids grow up, like how precious and sweet it is. Those when they believe and the magic and all that, and like so, I'm so thrilled that he has that. But yeah, it's like I don't remember ever believing in it, and like I knew it was like a crock of shit because like I would indulge my friends, like my little idiot friends that thought it was true. Like I'd be like.
Oh, that's sweet that you believe that. You're only 14.
Bless your heart.
That's right, bless your heart.
I was like,
Lots of motherfuckers getting the heart blessed.
I felt like I was in on it with the adults, like so I would make sure and not spoil the secret for my friends that believed. Like I don't, like I was always kind of an asshole. But like I don't remember ever, and I don't know if that's because my brother and sister were older, and so they like told me or something. But they would try to do the whole. You better be good. Santa Claus is watching. I was like, Santa's not real, douche. And so yeah.
See, one of two things happened with me. Either I just slowly realized, I don't.
I think
he's
that's what
real.
happens a lot.
Or I was so old and still believed
Like
that
17,
when my
18.
friends would say something, I'd be like, I don't believe in that.
That's stupid. God.
What are you talking about?
What's wrong with you? Fucking senior in high school.
Santa's gonna bring me. I remember. Dylan was always really inquisitive. I remember him giving me the quiz. Now wait a minute. We don't have a chimney, so we had to do these elaborate. I'd be like, well, I have to hide a key for Santa because he can't come in the chimney and all this stuff.
Oh, no, I asked that too because we lived with my grandma for a long time, or my grandparents, and they didn't have a chimney either. Mm-hmm. So I asked about that, and they were like, well, he turns into mist
magic
and
dust
goes through the
cracks.
keyhole or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but the keyhole doesn't go all the way through, like in the olden days.
Yeah, see, I didn't think about all that. I was just like, I had a key. I went.
And then one of my uncles told me that he fucking
I don't know what we told
he
Alexis.
turned into mist and came through the fucking ventilation duct. Well, that was weird.
That's like some horror movie level shit right there. Like,
yeah, it's like, well, I guess that
Mr. Toombs.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I saw one.
I guess
think
that
it
makes
was on
sense. But
a movie like I don't know, some Santa movie where since he was magic, whenever he landed on your roof, the chimney would appear.